In the last year, I've spent $365,417.45 on Facebook ads across these 6 different ad accounts and 2 e-commerce brands. For those wondering, my Shopify stores have generated over $630,000 in revenue over the last year. In this video, I'll be sharing my secret tips so you can avoid the costly mistakes that I made when running Facebook ads. If you want to win a free 60-minute call with myself, all you need to do is like the video, comment down below free value, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. By closely following all these tips that I will be sharing with you guys, you are going to learn how to profitably advertise on Facebook in 2020 because there are some major updates that I'll be informing you guys about. You'll be able to create highly engaging videos and not lose your hard-earned money. So what's new with Facebook ads? Do they still work? Why are they getting more expensive? Sit back, relax, and grab a cup of coffee or an energy drink because I'm going to be peeling back the curtain on the whole dropshipping industry and how to run Facebook ads profitably, okay? So gurus are most likely going to hate me for this, but I don't care because I want to provide you guys with as much value as possible. This brings us to our first and most important tip. Content is king. Facebook is a social media platform, which means they want and they reward engagement. Every like, comment, and share can actually lead to reduced advertising costs for you as the advertiser. This is why I really recommend you start focusing on producing more content at scale. And don't worry about saturating your followers with a lot of content that's being pushed out there because Facebook will naturally show the right posts to the right people and get you the most engagement on your ads that you can. The key is to feed the system with content and let the system tell you what's working and tell you what's not working based on the performance data in your ads manager. If you're seeing a higher CTR, a higher average watch time, and more clicks on a certain video ad or a certain image or a thumbnail, that means that you want to start pushing that thumbnail or that video or that image out to more people on Facebook. You're probably asking yourself, how can I take advantage of this? You can do this by testing 3 ads per week. This is what I recommend, at least 3 ads per week. This could be a new image, a new ad, a new headline, ad copy, or anything. And there is an order of importance, in my opinion, and what I've seen Facebook push more based on what you're changing. Number 1 is the creative itself or the image itself. Number 2 is the marketing angle, so depending on what emotion you guys are using to sell the product, that is the second most important thing in terms of what you need to switch up in your content. Third order of importance is the thumbnail. 4th is the headline. And the 5th is the call to action, whether you're using shop now, learn more, get offer, or another call to action. This brings us to our second tip, which is to focus on your offer. Your offer is what you are selling, the product that you are giving to the customer, and it's basically what you're portraying out to the customer. If you have a branded store, you're going to be portraying your brand. That is your offer. In 2020, I predict that consumers will be purchasing more and more from actual brands rather than dropshipping stores. For example, if you are selling a Valentine's Day product like this bracelet that I mentioned in my previous video, and you're selling it from a website called findyourlove.com, that's going to perform a lot better compared to a store like extradealsaver.com. You should also be testing new audiences and creatives like crazy, and I cannot stress this enough. The more audiences you test, the more creatives you test, the better overall your data is going to start looking. You're going to start understanding what pockets of buyers are actually buying your product. This is one mistake that I made, was I just tested the same audience over and over and over and over and the same creative over and over and over and over, and I got the same results, right? I mean, I did make a lot of money with my stores, but overall, if you test the same audience and the same creative, it's not going to work. You need to be testing multiple different offers, different audiences, and different creatives. I had a winning ad running on one of my stores, and all I did to change it was just change the thumbnail, and it actually led 10% more clicks overall. As I mentioned earlier, Facebook users are getting smarter and smarter every day. And with that said, if you guys look right here on Google Trends, this is Google Trends for dropshipping. Dropshipping has been increasing in popularity and it's near its peak currently. This is why strong brands will win in 2020. Facebook, as you guys have heard, is cracking down on personal profiles, disabled business managers, disabled ad accounts, and that is due to a lot of shady business that is going on by some people out there dropshipping. But make no mistake about it, this is good for us legitimate dropshippers. Why? Because there's going to be less junk out there being portrayed to our potential customers, right? People on Facebook are going to be seeing a lot less junk, a lot less scams, and that's exactly what we want if you want to build a brand like I am doing with my stores. Now I'm going to show you step by step my favorite type of ad to run on Facebook. the dynamic creative. So here we are in my computer, and basically all you have to do for the dynamic creative is just go into your ads manager. You want to create a campaign, and then when you go to the ad set level, you're going to click on this little slider that says dynamic creative. You click this on and you hit continue. Once you get into the ad level, all you need to do is select your Facebook page, Instagram account, and then you can start getting into creating your dynamic creative. Now, dynamic creative is awesome because you can combine multiple different images, videos, combine multiple different headlines, text, descriptions. Now, the reason I like dynamic creative so much is because you can combine different text, different images and videos, and different headlines all together in one ad, which makes it way easier for you guys to do. So right here, I've just selected 3 different images, and what I'm going to do is just, write in here. So your primary text, this is going to be whatever your ad copy is. So we'll say ad copy 1, and then you can add another option, and it'll be ad copy 2. We'll add one more option. It'll be ad copy 3. And then for the headlines, we'll do it's going to be like our hook 1, our hook 2, and then our hook 3. And I usually keep the description the same, so you can just keep the description the same, and then you'll just need to add your URL. And then I always like to use shop now for my call to action button. But what this is going to do is it's going to basically create 27 different ad combinations, because we have 3 images up here. We have 3 primary text that's going to use in 3 different headlines. So if you multiply 3 times 3 times 3, you end up getting 27. So basically how it's going to work is this image will go with ad copy 1 and hook 1, and that's one creative. And then this image will go with ad copy 1 and hook 2. That's another creative. Image with ad copy 1 and hook 3, and so on and so forth. As you guys can see, that's 27 different creatives, unique creatives, just by doing this super simple tip. Okay, so this is why this is one of my favorite creatives that I've been using nonstop over the last couple months, and that's what I think Facebook will start transitioning to in 2020, is pushing more dynamic creatives. Now it's time to go over this bread and butter of successful dropshippers, the video creative. If you're able to master how to create and optimize your video ad for conversions and engagement, you will be one of the top dropshippers out there. And that's what I've done, and I've obviously made a lot of mistakes along my journey. I've spent a ton of money on very bad creatives, but these tips that I'm going to show you in the next slide here will really help elevate your video creatives overall, and this is what I always follow no matter what when I'm making video ads for e-commerce products. Starting with the format, I recommend doing 4:5 format, which is 1080 pixels by 1350. And the reason I do that is because most people on Facebook are viewing on their mobile devices, not their desktops. So I've seen a much higher ROAS with the 4:5 format compared to the 1:1 format. So I'd recommend you try that out. The length of your videos should also be under 30 seconds, with I've found what the sweet spot is around 20 seconds. Keep in mind that your story placement, if you're using Instagram, needs to be under 15 seconds. In order to avoid getting copyright claims, you need to use your own original content. So there are a few ways you can go about doing this. The first is to buy the product from Amazon and ship it to yourself and record the video yourself. The second way is to order a video off of Fiverr, where you'll ship the product on Fiverr. They'll record a video in the way that you'd like, and they will send the video back to you, and you can use that video on your Facebook ads. And my personal favorite is to ship your product to an influencer with directions on how to film the video. You can then take this footage from the influencer and use it in your video ads in a bunch of different variations. Now, the reason this is my personal favorite is because with influencers, sometimes you can give them the product for free, or sometimes they will even reach out to you and you can give them the product for free and they won't even require any extra money, and they'll film a video for you just, out of the kindness of their heart. That happens sometimes, and that's happened with some of my brands. But even if that doesn't happen, I'd say you could pay an influencer anywhere from, $20 to $50. I wouldn't pay over $50 to have someone shoot this video. And make sure you're using small micro influencers. You don't want to use the huge influencers that are way up there with like millions of followers. Look for influencers under 10,000 followers where you can get a cheaper discount on the video that they're going to be shooting. And basically why I like it so much is because long term, you know how I was talking about earlier, content is king, getting more video ads out there. This is important because you can use that influencer who already has your product to record different types of videos. So let's say if you were using a, like a reusable lid. This isn't reusable lid, but if you're using a reusable lid as your product and you wanted them to stretch it over, I don't know, like a soda can instead of a bowl, you could have them do that after the fact and try out that different variation of your product demo. Don't forget to always maintain a clean, crisp ad with emojis, bright colors, and less text. Now I'm going to show you 3 different ads, and I want you to decide which one is best. If you said video 1, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. If you said video 2, you're also wrong, but that's not your fault because most gurus are teaching you that this is the correct video ad you should run. Now, video 3, congratulations if you selected video 3 because that is what all of us e-commerce entrepreneurs need to be striving for. The content is branded, the video is short, and it is optimized for mobile. This is exactly what users on Facebook will click and buy from. One question I get asked all the time on Instagram is, Connor, how do I get more clicks on my ad? A secret tip for how you can target the right people is by spying on your competitors. What I'd recommend you do is go to Facebook, find your biggest competitor that's selling your product currently, go to their comments on their most recent ads, and see what the people are saying. Not only that, look up what kind of people are commenting. Is it mostly women, men? Are they older, younger? What are they interested in, and what are they talking about? And that can be a great start for your market research. Also, you can go to Amazon and type in your product, find the listing with the most reviews, click on those reviews, and see what people are talking about, because you can actually address some of the issues that people are bringing up in your headline and in your thumbnail. And by addressing these issues right off the bat, even if a person's seen the product, if you address their issues starting off, they'll be more likely to click on the ad because you're already tapping into what they're thinking about of the product. You can get more clicks by addressing concerns right away with your headline, call to action, and thumbnail. Another trick to get more clicks, and I've used this personally, is to try out different thumbnails. Use red circles, use arrows, get creative with it and have fun. Remember, more clicks leads to more traffic, and more traffic means more money in your pocket. Who wouldn't want that? As a beginner, you are going to make mistakes, and that's okay. The more mistakes you make, the faster you'll learn. But with that said, there's some mistakes you can avoid altogether, and you definitely should, and these are some of them. The first mistake is testing products like this one or like this one that are extremely saturated. The reason you don't want to test very saturated products as a beginner is because people out there have already branded these products and their ads have already been running for a consistent amount of time where you're trying to come in there and take up their ad space. Facebook rewards people who are spending more money. They reward advertisers who have already been spending money. You know, there's history behind their ad accounts where yours will be new and your ads are going to cost way more money. Your posts won't have engagement on them, so you're competing against ads with millions of views, hundreds of comments, thousands of shares, and yours will have like essentially 0 at the beginning or maybe less than 100. So that's why I don't recommend testing saturated products for beginners, because you're going to have a way harder time scaling these. The second mistake is using other people's content. This is the fastest way to get your personal profile and your business managers completely banned. So please be careful. This also ties into the third mistake, which is selling other people's patented products. Check, double check, and triple check to make sure that no patent is on the product that you're selling. Google search it. There's tons of websites out there that you can use to check whether a patent, trademark, copyright, if you're infringing on that. And if you ever don't know, just make sure you reach out to a professional to make sure that you're not stepping on any other company's designs. And you need to make sure you do this before you start running ads for the product, not after. The fourth mistake is doing what everyone else is doing and expecting a different result. I see 99% of dropshipping stores out there all following the same structure, and there's definitely something wrong with that because those stores aren't going to stand out. Yes, some of these stores are successful, but the majority of them are not, because if you're a beginner and you do everything else other people are doing, well, quite frankly, what makes your store different than the next dropshipping store? What makes your product different if another person could come in here, do the same thing but have better pictures or better videos, and then you're going to be out of business, right? You want to make sure your dropshipping store stand out from the others. Being different with advertising is what makes companies stand out. Be unique and you'll reap the rewards. Finally, the most important mistake I see is people who give up too early on dropshipping. I almost was one of them too. Back in February, I almost actually quit dropshipping full time. Luckily, I had someone there who kept me motivated and I kept going, but I actually almost quit. So I personally have done this exact mistake that I'm telling you guys not to do. Please don't do this. Don't give up early. It took me over 15 products before I found my winning product. Be patient and take your time while doing product research because you never know where that next winning product is just behind the next door. In the words of the great Jimmy V, don't give up, don't ever give up. As a reminder, if you want to win the free 60-minute call with myself, make sure that you go ahead and drop a like on this video, comment down below free value, and make sure that you are subscribed. I will be announcing the winner on Friday the 24th when that video uploads. If you guys enjoyed this style of video and you want to see more, well, you're in luck because I drop videos every single day. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, keep your mind right. Peace.